日本時間4月27日、米国時間4月26日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースはシカゴ、カブスとの一戦に臨み、打線が機能して快勝、連勝を続けていたカブスの勢いを止め、シリーズ決着の最終戦へと持ち込んだ。この試合で圧倒的な存在感を放ったのが大谷翔平である。リードオフとして出場した大谷は複数回出塁し、得点にも直結する働きを見せた。さらに圧巻だったのは、左方向へ叩き込んだ逆方向本塁打。これにより、本塁打が出ていなかった期間に終止符を打ち、打撃の完全復調を印象付けた。相手先発、今永昇太に対し、ドジャース打線は初球から積極的にアプローチ、下位打線も高い出塁率でつなぎ、打線全体に厚みをもたらした。これにより大谷へと再び好機が巡る流れを生み、攻撃の連鎖を形成した。打撃、走塁の両面で相手に圧力をかけ続けた大谷。ドジャースはチームとしての完成度を示し、重要な一戦を制した。この後の映像では、試合の詳細な展開と戦術分析をお届けする。ぜひ最後までご覧いただきたい。
Absolutely. So bullpen great last night. And then Roki Sasaki picked up his second career win last night. He gave up the 3 homers, but also got 15 swings and misses in 5. Dave Roberts was very encouraged.
I saw conviction to compete within the strike zone, and homers happen. When he gets in the head of the count, they cannot cover the fastball up in the zone and the split finger down. I also saw a different pitch mix. That breaking ball, he seems to find a little bit of speed of the velocity and the spin. He needs to throw that breaking ball not only to the right-handed batter, but to the left-handed batter to be able to steal strikes and fight within back into the count. Now, yes, the Cubs team can hit. He made some mistakes with the fastball up in the zone. But that split finger down, man, there's not too many offenses that can cover that pitch. So I was pleased when I saw him have a little more conviction, a little more mound presence, and just a little more belief that he can get it. I was super happy that he went out there for the 6th, because regardless if he got an out in that situation or not, it sends a message that Dave Roberts is trusting his guys like Emmett Sheehan, like Roki, to go deep in ball games, to take a lot of pressure from the bullpen, because sometimes the bullpen is overused early in the season. So you got to be able to rely on your starters to go deep in the ball game.
I love that he was pitching in the strike zone. I mean, one base on ball, brother, we can live with that.
Yeah.
Give the Cubs team credit. They can swing the bat. So a couple of them, yes, there were mistakes, but they took advantage of mistakes. But the most important thing is you can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You really could see it. Now, hopefully he can kind of take this start and build on it for his next start, and hopefully continue to gain confidence, because we're going to need Roki Sasaki to be attacking that strike zone. So hopefully he gets better and better.
I'm not going to lie, because I was nervous for him, because this Cub lineup can grind you down. You know what I mean? They're 3rd in all of baseball in average. So this was a tough postseason matchup. And I said, Roki, in the first couple innings, man, you got to send a message that I am not going to be in hitter-friendly counts. And he did that. And so the solo shots, the home runs, you can live with that, because that sends a message. Now, if you're playing behind a guy, Jay Harris, like, he's throwing strikes. He's going to get us back in the dugout quickly. Every time he gave up a home run, the next batter, he struck out. So that showed me that he wasn't rattled in the situation and didn't want the strike zone to get small. So I agree with Jay Harris, says, hey, this is something they can build off of.
You can give up the solo shots. I mean, you can't. Roger Clemens would do that. Kurt Schilling would do that, and it'd win. They pitch 8 innings and give up 2 runs and 2 solo shots. So that's the thing. When you see, and you're on as a defensive player, walk, hit batsman, walk, homer, you can't defend those walks. So hopefully he continues to pitch with conviction and in the strike zone.
Did not see many of those non-competitive pitches last night that we've seen throughout the first several starts of the season. Right now, let's get our first look at Dave Roberts' lineup card for the series finale. Facing left-hander Shota Imanaga, you've got Shohei leading it off against his fellow countrymen, followed by Freddie Freeman. Then it's Teoscar Hernandez in the 3-hole. Andy Pages batting cleanup. Kyle Tucker moved down to 5th. Then it's Miguel Rojas at second base. Still no Will Smith, so it's Dalton Rushing behind the plate today. Santiago Espinal is at 3rd, Jerry, and Haesung Kim at short, batting 9th.
Well, you see the guy highlighted right there, Dalton Rushing. He's off to an incredible start with the bat. Look at the OPS in those 11 games. He's hitting 7th. But this is a well-balanced lineup. Tough lefty today. Guys, continue to have good at-bats.
I want Shohei to jump on that first fastball, that straight fastball. You get on top of that fastball, let it travel deep, and hit it with authority to left center. That's when we know he is locked in to do that. So I want to see that today.
All right, Will Smith hit a big 3-run home run in Friday's series opener. With Dalton Rushing catching last night, we would usually see Smith catching today, a day game after a night game, but that is not the case, as we just saw in the lineup. Allowed just 1 run in 15 innings without walking anybody. He had the 8 shutout innings against the Mets a couple weeks ago. And Robo's not afraid to pitch to contact. He hasn't gotten many strikeouts, allowed 8 hits in the last start to the Rockies, but he made the pitches when he needed to. And actually, if you go back to Robo's last 3 starts, he's allowed a total of 2 runs. He's won all 3 of those starts. And when I talked to him during spring training, D-Train, he said he wanted to be in this rotation. He's gotten this opportunity with Blake Snell out, and he's making the most of it.
You know what? He's a throwback guy. He pitches to contact. You want to avoid injury. Everyone talks about all these pitchers getting hurt. You want to have guys efficient, pitch to contact, and trust his defense. Have innings that you only have 11 pitches thrown, 10 pitches thrown. That's how you get to the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And so I love watching this young man pitch because the bottom line, his hard hit rate has gone down 10%, 47% last year, 37% this year. So defenses love playing behind him. And the quicker you get this offense back into the dugout, that's how they're going to score runs for you. And so I love that he doesn't have swing and miss, but I love that he has confidence to compete within the strike zone. He's going to continue to have success.
Soft contact. That's what it is. It's soft contact. He's not getting hit hard at all. I love that he's got confidence in his stuff. He's pitching down in the zone, and he's getting that weak contact. I'm telling you, D-Train, you mentioned it. As a defender, you absolutely love a guy like this because he works fast, he pounds the strike zone, and you know you're going to get some action. We want to play too. So that's the thing with Robo. He understands, hey, listen, I could try to strike out 8, 9 guys, but it's going to take 120 pitches probably to do so in 5 innings. Why work harder when I can work smarter? And that's exactly what he's done.
So would you get onto some of your pitchers if they're striking everybody out, say, hey, we want to play too?
I would literally get the ball right here, and I would toss it to Kirsch. I go, brother, we want to play too. He's starting laughing. But, I mean, listen, obviously you love a guy being dominant like Kirsch, but listen, you love having guys that work fast. Mark Burley, how many times do players love playing behind Mark Burley? Greg Maddux, he got it and throw it. Soft contact, you'd love it because it keeps the game moving.
You know, I won 20 games and didn't strike 200 people out. You know, because my defense had Gold Glovers all behind them. And so, you know, you have to be able to use what you have behind you. And you saw it on Friday, Dodger fans, how athletic this defense is, not only in the infield, but the outfield as well. And so it keeps the game fun. You know you're going to get fed ground balls. And the bottom line is you keep yourself healthy. Health is wealth in this situation.
Bro, you had D. Lee, Castillo, Alex Gonzalez.
Mike Lowell.
I was like a softball. I could have won 8 games if I just threw it right low.
Live low, live long. That's what D-Train did throughout his career. The Dodgers put an end to the Cubs' 10-game winning streak last night, and now they will try to win a series over the Cubs at home for the first time in 4 years. Let's head back to the Ravine. Kirsten joins us again live with more ahead of today's series finale. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, last night we did get to see the offense just start to explode, getting back on track, but the conversation continues to be around the bottom of the order, specifically those hitters 6 through 9. Last night they accounted for half of the runs that this team scored, but even if you look at their numbers on the season as a whole right now, those hitters, they've got a combined batting average of .369. They've been getting on base. Earlier in the year, Dave Roberts talked about how just what they can do, it provides length. That obviously adds a little bit more challenge to the starting pitcher especially, but now it seems like it's stabilizing the offense. Dave Roberts talked about just that this afternoon.
You could argue that those guys are taking better at bats than the guys at the top of the order. So I think that, you know, one part of it is taking good at bats, taking quality at bats. They're just really doing a good job of taking quality at bats, and there's just not a lot of empty at bats from the 6, 7 through 9, and so I think that it certainly builds the pitch count. It creates stress for the top. And, yeah, they're just really doing, you know, exceeding kind of expectations, but probably not for their own expectation, which is good.
His first start against the lefties, Big Evo dealing with any of that lingering sickness, or is this more of getting Kim an opportunity since he's played so well lately?
It's more of just kind of giving Max a day. Obviously, Miggy and Espy are in there. And then sort of Alex Freeland has been a little bit under the weather, so to give him an extra day to kind of recover, and then get, you know, Kim in there because he's swinging a good bat, and also just to, you know, playing a good short too.
As much as we've seen maybe a different collection of guys that have kind of been at the bottom of the order, we've seen a consistent theme from all of them. It's finding ways to be aggressive and get on base, taking their walks when need be, with talking to whether it's guys like Alex Farina or even Haesung Kim. They've been very transparent with me that they just want to find whatever that they can do to keep the order going, turn over the lineup, and find ways to be really available to getting on base. Thinking of Shohei Ohtani in the top of the order in specific. Dave Roberts did talk today in regard to just those guys. They are exceeding expectation, especially for someone like him. Maybe not necessarily for the individuals, for these guys who are competing, put in a lot of hard work this offseason to get things going offensively, understanding their pitch selection and making better decisions. But right now it has been clear what we've been seeing from the bottom of the order has found ways to stabilize just where this offense has been at and creating opportunities for the top of the order, guys.
No doubt, 7 through 9 in the Dodgers lineup, a huge reason why their record is what it is so far this season. Kirsten, thank you very much. Freddie Freeman, 99 career home runs in his time with the Dodgers, which means if he hits 2 today, Jerry, that'll give him 101.
All right, boys, and how about this scene for today? A beautiful day for baseball at Dodger Stadium and what could be a playoff preview. The Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs in the series rubber match. We welcome you inside. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Joe Davis and Omar Garcia-Parra. The Cubs took the first game on Friday night. Thrilling comeback win for Chicago, their 10th consecutive win. Dodgers ended that winning streak, though, yesterday with a loud offensive performance.
Yeah, the Dodgers really did an excellent job, especially coming, arguably the hottest team in baseball, coming into town with the Chicago Cubs. But they finally got some offense. They got some runs on the board, and now they have to go out there and try to win the series.
A little bit different looking lineup today. The reasons behind that, Kirsten, you have those.
Yeah, Joe, if you look at the lineup today, no Will Smith. And if we go back to coming into this series, Dave Roberts made it pretty clear that the plan was that Will Smith was going to play all 3 of these games against the Cubs. Wasn't out there last night. They shared that he's dealing with some back tightness. That's the same thing for him today. But Dave Roberts said right now they aren't looking at this as a potential IL stint. They're just keeping him day to day. It's still very early in the season. And considering how well Dalton Rushing is playing right now, they feel comfortable giving Will Smith some extra time. But they do feel hopeful that he should be back out there in the lineup tomorrow, guys.
All right, Kirsten, for the final game of this series, we have a great pitching matchup. 2 left-handers. Probably surprised to see that both these guys are in the top 5 in the league. It's Imanaga for the Cubs. It's Robleski for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Robleski has been really outstanding since he put it into that starting role. We've seen him coming out of the bullpen and getting the job done. But, man, once he put in that starting role, he has really taken off. These 3 starts he's had this year, an ERA under 1, going deep into the ball game, not afraid to pitch to contact. He's not going up there and throwing. He's going up there and he's pitching.
And how about Imanaga on the other side?
Imanaga has been great. We saw him since he got into the big leagues, been outstanding for the Cubs. But over the course of this season, other than the hiccup in his debut, his ERA is just over 1. Really tough lefty. He's another guy who just adjusts as the game goes on.
All right, Cubs took the first game. Dodgers took game 2. The winner of this one takes the series. Imanaga for the Cubs, Robleski for the Dodgers. First pitch coming up on Sportsnet LA. Now a payoff. Ohtani takes a leadoff walk. So Shohei went into yesterday's game 0 for his last 12 and had a productive day, singling, walking twice. Is aboard again here. And it brings up Freddie Freeman.
The ball and driving it.
There goes Ohtani. We've seen run more the last few days. Throw ricochets off his foot into left, and he's going to take 90 more. Throw back to 2024. Ohtani wreaking havoc on the bases. Hitting, pitching, track and field, and soccer.
Well, putting the pressure on the pitcher, putting pressure on the defense, getting a jump, getting the stolen base, and the ball just hit him in the shin there. First of all, let's hope he's okay. But being able to get to third base with less than 2 outs. Joe, we were talking about the pitching matchup. We were talking about both these pitchers, how stingy they've been on with runs. Well, I think the managers may have feel this way, at least counsel feels this way. Here, first inning, you have the infield in.
On a 2-1 pitch, digs it out, flies it the other way, and there's a guy who smelled an RBI. Ohtani comes in to score on a sacrifice fly from Pajes.
I was going to say, Andy has definitely evolved into one of those guys. We saw it last year, and I know down the end in the postseason, he really had a struggling postseason. Beginning of the season, he really improved two-strike hitting. That's what we saw last year. Coming into this year, all of that's coming together. Good with two strikes, hitting for high average, and minimizing those times where you're struggling. Excellent at bat by Andy Baez to get him all he can handle, get it in the air, and get in the sacrifice fly. Front shoulder closed.
Ground ball through the right side and a base hit.
And when he's doing that, when he's staying front side closed, he's able to drive the ball the other way, stays on pitches a lot better, so we see the power to the opposite field. Also, it gives him time to, in case he's out front on pitches like that. A lot of times you see that ball is actually breaking away. When they're breaking away in the front shoulder and hips, you'll see some of those swings from him where it almost like he's lunging, his butt will stick out because he's reaching, well, because he's already lost his front side. And then he realized, like, oh, I can't reach that pitch, or I'm out in front. Where if he keeps it close, he still has a chance to put the barrel on it and get a base hit like he did. When it started to turn around last year, as far as the bottom part, there were two guys who were the big reason for that. One, Andy Baez, and then the other one was Kim. When Kim got called up and he was down there in the bottom part, he was doing a good job turning the lineup over. And not only that, he brought a different dynamic too, because when he got on base, with his speed, pitchers, the defense had to start thinking about them. Also potential more mistakes to a guy like Shohei. So I like what he brings when he's out there.
There's a shot and a base hit for Ohtani. Ohtani's been on all three times. Tries to make this a double and does. So he's reached base 6 times the last 2 days. 2 for 2 in this game.
Well, coming in to this game, just 1 for 10 versus Imanaga. But now here he is, already been on base 3 times. Couple of base hits there. Good job staying closed on that breaking ball enough to drive it down the line. And then thinking double right out of the box, getting himself into scoring position.
And famous Mojo Potatoes since 1954, and serving up a high drive to left center field and gone. Shohei Ohtani with an opposite field home run. So Ohtani ends his longest homerless drought since putting on a Dodger uniform and makes this a 6-0 game with his 6th home run of the year.
Well, Joe, that's keeping the front side closed. You get a lefty with the arm angle of Milner, and then you drive it the opposite way.
Strike on Freddie Freeman.
And I just shake my head and marvel that guy that big, strong, he hits it the other way, and he just knows. He's just like, he's like watching it. Like,
Shaw at second. 1 gone in the 7th inning.
Let's have another look here. This is the arm angle. There's the front side. That front shoulder still staying closed, and he's able to bring the barrel, head down. That's when Ohtani is swinging his best, when he's able to drive it the other way, that way with authority. And he knows it. Squares that ball, and he knows it's out.
Well, his last time up, he got his first extra base hit in a week, and here he gets his first home run since April 12th.
I mean, if I hit a ball the opposite way, Joe, I'm sprinting because I have no idea if I have a chance of hitting it out. He's able to watch that and admire it.
When we were in San Francisco, and we were talking about where you were feeling offensively. You said we were working through a few things. Now when you have a 3-hit game, including the home run, how would you describe where you're at the plate right now?
サンフランシスコと比べて今のバッティングの状態はどうですか？昨日あたりからちょっとずつ良くはなってるかなとは思うので、もう少し我慢しながら改善したいなと思ってます。Started to head in the right direction yesterday. I just have to be a little bit more patient throughout.
What do you think has been the biggest difference for you to get the results then?
一番の違いは何だと思います？やっぱ構えが一番だなとは思ってるので、それが全ての始まりですし、そこが整えばもう少し打席が遅れるなと思ってます。Yeah, everything's about the posture. If that's locked in, I feel like everything else will follow.
12 runs for the offense yesterday, 6 today. Does it feel like this group is getting back on track?
大得点ですけども、打線が復帰したんですかねと。 そうですね、もっともっといい点の取り方もできると思うので、ピッチャー陣も素晴らしいですし、いい試合が今のところ多いなとは思ってます。
It's a really good way of manufacturing runs, and we really have a really good pitching staff, so I trust them as well.
You talk about the pitching staff. Justin Robleski, 6 shutout innings. The pitch count got high early. What is it like, though, just being a pitcher and having to navigate through innings when there is traffic and things are probably a little bit tougher?
ロブレスキも球数多くて調子良くなかったと思いますけども、それでも結果残せたっていうのはどう見てますか？
いろんな球種混ぜながら本当にゾーンアタック、いいその雰囲気でしっかりと攻めれてるんじゃないかなと思うので、素晴らしいピッチングだったなと思います。
Yeah, he really filled up the zone with all his kitchen mix. So, he looked really good. Had good presence about him.
Congratulations on this win, Shohei.
Thank you.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき、本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか？もしよろしければ、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が、今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた、次回の動画でお会いしましょう。